Hi there, my name is Sherri McMillan. I'm the owner of Northwest Personal Training in Vancouver, Washington, a 5,000 square foot personal training facility where we do more than $1 million a year in personal training. When I think of success in the personal training industry, I think of it like a big puzzle, and you need all the pieces to the puzzle in order to enhance success for your business. And I am so excited to be able to share these systems with you, which include sales, which include marketing, internal and external marketing campaigns, leadership skill sets that you need to have as a business owner or a manager to reach the potential that you have for your personal training business, customer service systems, operational systems, budgeting, forecasting. So the first one is the visionary, and I think, Luke, you were talking about this earlier. You need to be the person who sees the big picture, who has the capacity to see more than what other people can see. And that's an important trait of a leader.
What is success? Like, how do you describe being successful? When was the last time you really, how do you know when you're at your personal best? We might look at someone who's really wealthy and say, oh, that is success. But what if that really wealthy person also was 100 pounds overweight, or maybe been divorced 5 times and couldn't sustain a healthy relationship? Or what if you knew someone who was really physically fit, but was in huge amounts of debt? That can't be their personal best either, right? So in order to strive for your best, it really is a balance of being your best in all rounds.
Are you crazy? Are you sure? Really? You think that's going to work? And you're like, yeah, I can see it. I believe it. Here's what we need to do. Here's how we need to get there. But there is potential for this. And so that's one of those skill sets that either you're born with or you hone through your career. A leader is one who sees more than others see, who sees farther than others see, and who sees before others see. I think that's a great quote.
Well, the investment into these systems is by far one of the most important purchases we could make. I look at the financial commitment as being very, very small relative to many of the other educational experiences in the industry. Going to IRSA conferences and club industry conferences all have value. This is a much more streamlined version of that. It gives an entrepreneur, a business owner that's working on a private training facility the exact tools and information that you need.
Of Portland, Oregon. And I moved there and basically had to start the business from scratch. And now we don't have good demographics. It's a small city with not a big population, and people don't have a lot of money. And we have 2 studios, and we do $2 million a year. So the reason I tell you that is because regardless of whether you got great demographics or not so hot demographics, when you have the systems in place that we're going to talk about today, you can be really successful in our industry and be able to really at the same time help a huge amount of people. So
I can't do this, I can't do that. What can you do is the big question. And really try to step out of your comfort zone. I challenge my clients to do something new every 90 days. Do something new, something different, something adventurous. By doing that, it keeps you young, it keeps you vibrant, it keeps you full of energy and full of that life force. So whether it's dancing or, here's one of my clients. Unless you have good systems in place, you kind of just flounder along and ride the roller coaster. You're up, you're down, but you're never like really exponentially growing, because systems help you to manage growth and it enables you to grow beyond where you could ever go without good systems.
Love what you do doesn't mean you have to be satisfied with making a low income. You can do what you love, change people's lives, and have enough money to be able to pay the mortgage and travel and live the kind of lifestyle that you want. And that's what I want to share with you today. Is I wanted to share with you the systems, the programs that we have in place in our business that have really allowed us to generate the kind of revenues that our business.
So what you do or don't do in a first session with a prospective client can really make or break that session. They can either decide not to enroll with you as a client and keep thinking about it forever, or decide to start training with you 2-3 times a week, invest a couple $1,000s. And so at Northwest Personal Training, we have a systematic approach to what a first session should look like to really maximize the chances that this client will actually continue on with you as a client. So I want to take you through that. In a few moments, you're actually going to see a complimentary session, a first session from start to finish, so you can see one in action. But I want to kind of explain to you the method to the madness. So we have a really great system that allows us to have 80% of the people that walk through the door turn over into paying clients. So what I want to do today is teach you that system, how we go from A to Z, all the concepts that we teach our trainers. To get our trainers, as a minimum, our trainers do, depending on which location, $5,000 to $6,000 a month. At this location, because it's a training studio location, so it's a little easier to sell training because people know exactly what they're coming in for. Our trainers do $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month in training revenues. So our systems definitely work, and that's why we're able to do $1 million plus a year in 5,000 square feet in Vancouver, Washington. So let's get started with some.
Will allow us to improve our revenue by $400,000 over the next 12-month period.